Sometimes they make you smile. Sometimes they make you think. Sometimes they make you do both at the same time. Kind of like walking and chewing gum. Kind of. Family Life Mornings.
I cannot even believe this technology exists, and I'm just finding out about it now. If you have a smart video doorbell, they have some seasonal overlays that you can use. Like when someone, moves by the doorbell, normally you get like a motion alert. You can change the sound to this. So you hear sleigh bells whenever somebody comes by. And then when somebody rings the doorbell, instead of hearing like ding dong, you hear this. Right? Like, what a great way to spread a little Christmas cheer. So that's the good news. The bad news is, if you're like me and you didn't even know that this existed, you totally missed the gobble gobble sound last month.
Oh,
who knew?
That would have been great.
Who's at the door? Turkey.
While you make the bed, we make your day a little brighter. Family Life Mornings.
God's done it so many times. He's probably done it in your life where something bad happens, but he turns it around and turns it into something really good. God's in the business of turning situations like that around. And this story starts out, you're not going to like the beginning of the story. It's sad. But you're going to love the ending. It happened, this deals with koalas. Koalas are kind of cute.
So cute.
But there's brush fires going on where they live, New South Wales and Queensland last month. So
sad.
It is sad. And so they have burnt paws. Koalas have burnt paws. And so a lot of people, they've taking them up and taking them to animal hospitals. The good news is they're doing fine. I mean, they're okay, and they're going to be okay, but these poor koalas have these burnt paws. And the people around there heard about this, so a quilting club got together, and they've made more than 400 pairs of mittens.
Wow.
Stop it.
For these koalas. Now just picture this.
Little itty bitty koalas.
This koala's like holding up their paws with the mittens.
I'm trying to say, how am I going to eat the eucalyptus without my little fingers, right?
I'm just thinking a new club started. Quilters for koalas.
Quilters for koalas. So cute.
The mittens.
The mittens on the koalas.
A fun way to start the day and nothing to embarrass you in front of the kids. Family Life Mornings.
Everybody kind of has a certain time of day, like when their sleepies hit. Do you get a time of day when you get sleepy, Randy?
Yeah, I do. Early afternoon sometimes.
I was going to say early to mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, same for me, which makes sense because we all get up at about the same time. So if you happen to get sleepy in the early afternoon, like us, you're probably having a blood sugar drop. And one of the things they say you should do is have some nuts at lunch. It helps to kind of maintain your level of blood sugar. And then what's wrong? You don't want to eat nuts?
No, it's like you're around nuts all morning long.
I know, and I'm still sleepy. I know, right? Okay, so if you have a dinner time slump, that might be that you have air pollution in your house. If you get home and then you kind of get sleepy. So some plants, they say, might help. If you hit the wall at night, it could be a metabolism issue that you should talk to your doctor about. And if you're sleepy, like at this time of day, it might be that you need more time in the sun, or it might be that we're just not that entertaining.
That could be.
Either one, I'm not sure.
But need to be more nuts, I guess.
Well, you could start your day without Steve, Terese, and Randy, but why would you want to? We're Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
You guys love board games?
Yes.
We've actually played Monopoly like 4 times in our house since Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Brandon, you're a big board game guy?
Yeah,
You like?
I
Brandon,
love
know
board
you.
games.
Yeah, I just played Scrabble the other day.
This is great news for all of you and all of you who play board games. New study says that the more you play board games, it protects and increases your thinking skills.
Look at how smart
So
my family is.
that is really good. And here's the good news, too. This is even people into their 70s, and you wouldn't have had to start when you were younger. Even if you start playing board games in your 70s, it helps your thinking process, and that's good for you. And that's really good. So don't worry if you're in your 30s or 40s and you just started that Monopoly game, because by the time you're finished, you'll be in your 70s, and everything will be good.
They're here to wake you up, pick you up, and lift you up. Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Here's something that you can actually use today, how to communicate better with your coworkers. So
Sure.
listen up, guys. Just a few things. Resist the urge to repeat yourself. Keep your voice down. Enunciate and give positive reinforcement. All of those things are good for your Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. This was an article about how to get a toddler to listen. So, well, yeah, it's the same thing, I guess, with you guys, right?
Yeah.
For me.
You'll always wake up on the right side of the bed when you start your day with Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
Well, it sounds kind of cool, but I am not certain I would stay there. It's called the Candy Cane House.
Oh, yum.
Nearly everything in it is edible. And I'm not talking about just the fixtures, the walls, the floors. They're made out of chocolate and caramel. Even the bed. The bed is made out of gingerbread. The alarm clock is edible. And there are chocolate pine cones on top of the bed that you can eat as well.
Midnight snack.
Now, I'm thinking, if I were to book a night at this place, I would want to be the very first person to stay there.
Yeah.
Because if you come a week later, how do you know you're going to have a bed left?
I know. When I stay in a hotel, I always put in my phone, the room number I'm in just so I can remember just in case. And I come back to can you imagine going out and this one come back, it's like, well, the room was here a minute ago.
It's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
A hotel that melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Strong, like a cup of dark coffee. Okay, guys, you can stop flexing your muscles now. This is Family Life Mornings.
Okay, it's trending on Twitter, but it uses Google. It's kind of this new thing that people have found on the internet. Looking up a former teacher.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's the whole going home for the holidays sort of thing that gets people thinking, remember that teacher that you had in third grade? Wonder what they're up to. So people are Googling and they're shocked. They're shocked, first of all, that teachers have lives outside the classroom.
True.
And number two, that some of those lives are pretty awesome. Now, some people have turned it into a way to connect with their old teachers. Like, hey, remember me from 1987? And some of the teachers are like, yeah, and they've gotten together and had coffee and things like that. But it's especially fun if you were homeschooled, because your parents really like to get together with you.
Family Life Mornings with Steve, Terese, and Randy. Thanks for making us part of your day. We're a friend you can turn
The
to.
number one thing on Lizzie's daughter's mind, and it has been for the last several months, have you ever, maybe you were one of those kids, or do you have a child that just wanted one thing for Christmas? They just focus on it.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
And talk, and then just talk about it month after month after month. And so Lizzie's 10-year-old daughter just wanted the Insta-X camera. That's all she wanted for Christmas.
Those are fun.
Yeah, so the Insta-X
Yeah.
camera. So, it's hard sometimes as a parent to keep a secret. You have to keep things quiet, right?
Yep.
So Lizzie and her 10-year-old daughter were just recently sitting in the kitchen, just chatting, when all of a sudden a voice says, "Parcel arriving, Insta-X." It's hard to keep a secret these days with those smart speakers.
Not so smart.
Not so smart. Don't tell Lizzie's daughter, you smart speaker.
You're grounded.
Ever find yourself sitting in your car listening to the radio even after you've reached your destination? Yeah, we get that a lot. This is Family Life Mornings with Steve, Terese, and Randy.
You wake up in the morning and you're thinking, I need some information about how to fold my curtains. Randy Snavely is your man.
Of course.
And now is
Go-to.
our feature called Here's Randy Folding the... Who folds their curtains?
Well, no, we're not talking about taking it down and folding it into a square type of thing. I'm talking about when it's hanging. When your curtains are hanging on the rods,
Right.
if you want perfectly spaced folds.
And who doesn't?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I know my wife does, because I've been on the stepladder many times hanging up a curtain. She goes, no, it needs to spread apart a little more.
Okay, so
And
how do
then-
you do it?
Okay, you need toilet paper.
I got that.
Actually, not the paper. You need the toilet paper roll.
Okay.
What
got
you
it.
do is
Okay.
you put one of the loops of the curtain on the rod, then you put in one of the toilet paper rolls. Put the next loop in, another toilet paper roll. And you just repeat that until you get to the end of the curtain. And as it's hanging up there, you have perfectly spaced.
Now the rolls
Please.
go behind the curtain. Like
Yes,
you don't want those
yeah,
showing.
Yeah, you want the roll behind it. Very good, Therese.
I mean, because
Not the most
otherwise it'd
aesthetically
be like, I enjoy
You'd be making
your,
a fashion statement.
yeah,
Yeah,
your
Brandon, you need to
cottonelle
correct
of
that.
decorating. is
Brandon,
good.
you need to correct that. I've been to Brandon's place, and there's toilet paper rolls.
Yeah, it was all over the place. I was wondering where all that toilet paper went.
Wow. So again, to recap
Yeah.
Steve's question from earlier,
Yeah.
who folds their
folds-
curtains?
Well, I think
Now
that
we know.
Randy deserves a hand for that, right?
Right.
Come on back, Randy, for a curtain call. Come on.
Start your day with 3 good eggs who go over easy. It's Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
Well, they get blamed for destroying napkin sales because they use paper towels.
Okay.
They get blamed for falling movie theater ticket sales
Right.
because they spend time on Netflix, a lot of time on Netflix.
Okay.
Talking about millennials.
They're
those-
ruining everything.
Those 18 to 32, 33-year-olds right around there, they get blamed for destroying, pretty much everything.
They're ruining everything.
But they may just end up saving an organization that has seen business fall off quite a bit lately. Email and online bill paying have really put a hurt on the United States Postal Service, but millennials, turns out, love snail mail, especially getting personalized notes and cards around important dates like Christmas and birthdays and anniversaries, that type
Arbor
of thing.
Day or something like
Arbor
Arbor Day,
Day,
like
yeah.
sending a paper card.
They
When
love
it
millennials.
comes to having a USPS.com account,
Right.
millennials far outpace boomers.
Oh.
And 59% of millennials like the way the USPS is open to more creative services.
Okay.
So they may be the reason behind the crunch in retail shopping, but they are starting to save the Postal Service.
How about that?
I also heard that they love banks. Like they love to go into an actual bank branch, which a lot of those had started to close. They especially like going in person to see how much money they don't have. Right? It's so hard those ages.
Spend all their money on stamps. That's what's
There you
going
go.
on.
Positive attitudes? Check. Uplifting music? Check. Friendly company? Check. It's Family Life Mornings with Steve, Terese, and
Maybe you
Randy.
guys can help me with this because I really haven't been able to figure out why yet. But neighbors on either side of me, both sides, really great neighbors. I like them both. They're both moving. Both of them
That's odd.
are moving, and maybe it's good because I want to be friends with our neighbors all the time. Like nearly every day, I'll go to one house next door, and I go knock knock, and they'll go who's there, and I go Nana, and they go Nana who? I go Nana your business, and then I run away, and then I'll go to the other house, knock knock who's there, Tank who. Thanks a lot. See you
I
later.
have one for
so,
you.
Well,
So-
so maybe I don't know if that has something to do. I'm just trying to be friendly.
So this is what I could expect if I moved next door to
Can you imagine the fun? I just can't figure out why both of them are.
That's so
moving.
odd.
I need more time
Okay.
to think about this.
While you're packing your lunch, they're packing your mornings with a whole lot of fun. It's Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
So they have robots to do vacuum. They do that, and it's been around for several years. But we're looking for other things that you'd like robots to do. My suggestion was having put some air in your car tires. That would be a
Yeah,
nice thing
yeah.
you wouldn't have to do. And we're not lazy or anything. We just want robots to do the work for us.
A little bit of help. Like Julian Vestal, she says, how about wrapping the Christmas presents?
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
it'd be so great. Katie in Cohocton needs a robot to clean her horse stall. And then Jamie in Erie says, I'd like a robot that can give me a massage, but the catch is it has to be as good or better than a person. I don't know if they can invent that, but still, it would be nice, wouldn't it, to get a robot to do some of those things?
Right. Pam and Hornell, what about you?
My laundry.
Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine now, Pam, if that robot would then fold all those clothes too?
Yes. Oh, that would be wonderful.
I live in West Corners, New York. My name is Paul, and I like to have a robot do my driveway when it snows.
Oh,
Clean the snow.
nice.
Plowing, snow plowing.
Hi, my name is Robin, and I live in Spencer.
And your robot's going to do what?
Scoop the litter box.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, or clean up after the dog in the yard. One of the two.
Right.
I'd be thankful for both.
Because 3 hosts are better than 1. Or 2 for that matter. This is Family Life, and we are a friend you can turn to.
Did you guys play a musical instrument when you were like in high school?
Drums.
You played the drums, yeah. Terese, did you?
I had braces, so there was only really one option. It was the flute.
The flute.
Because you
okay.
couldn't play anything with a reed if
Right,
you had braces.
right.
So it had to be the.
Yeah.
Well, I played the saxophone. So, Steve, you wouldn't have had to worry so much about this. But, Terese, you and I, we probably would have to pay a little more attention. Because if you played a brass instrument or a woodwind instrument, you're very likely to get sick. That's because moisture from a musician's breath create conditions for mold and bacteria to build up.
That's lovely.
Now, when I played the saxophone, I always cleaned my mouthpiece and always got a new reed and stuff like that. What I did never do and didn't know that I needed to do it was clean the actual instrument on the inside.
Stick with the cloth.
I never knew that. And it turns out that if you do not clean that instrument like at least once a week, you're very likely to get bronchitis or respiratory conditions. So clean that clarinet, oxidize that oboe, scrub that saxophone, untarnish the tuba.
Wow.
Freshen the flute.
Flute Freshen from Randy Snavely. Available at Amazon and other fine retailers.
Celebrating God's goodness and having a little fun along the way. It's Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.